It's Thursday, July 13th, 2023, and I'm Dave Sobel. Two things to know today. High public confidence in small businesses despite their owners' economic pessimism, and the AI boom exposes a readiness gap in cloud infrastructure. This is the business of tech. Some small business data that's very intriguing. First, let's look at the NFIB's Small Business Optimism Index, just released, which ticked up in June to the highest level this year. Although small business leaders are still more pessimistic than the index's historical average of 98, which goes back 49 years, the share of owners expecting better business conditions in the next 6 months improved by 10 points in June to the best reading since February 2022. The share of companies planning for capital expenditures in the next 3 to 6 months went up to 25% in May and held steady there in June. That's up from 21% at the beginning of the year, and it dipped to 19% in the wake of the March bank failures. Second, and it might feel like a but, confidence in small businesses remains relatively high. A new Gallup poll noted that 65% of U.S. adults have confidence in small businesses. That's more than the police, 43%, church, 32%, the Supreme Court, 27%, public schools, 26%, and large technology companies, 26%. Congress is at 8%. This confidence is not political. 64% of Democrats, 68% of Republicans, and 66% of independents say they have a fair amount or great deal of confidence. Why do we care? SMB owners are pessimistic, but their customers are trusting. Woot woot. I included the data about big technology firms because it's critical for providers to know and understand the link. Customers view technology broadly, and the moves of big tech players influence the trust in technology companies broadly. Your SMB customers are still cautious about the economy. The good news is that sentiment is not getting worse. Your previous investments in building client trust will pay off during this time, and any trust deficit should be corrected as soon as possible. Things are looking up. I'll pull one story from my AI bucket to focus on. From the Wall Street Journal, it's titled, "The AI Boom is Here, the Cloud May Not Be Ready." The core premise: cloud systems were not built at scale to use the GPUs required for much of AI. Quoting the article, but much of the infrastructure wasn't built for running such large and complex systems. Cloud sold itself as a convenient replacement for on-premise servers that could easily scale up and down capacity with a pay-as-you-go pricing model. Much of today's cloud footprint consists of servers designed to run multiple workloads at the same time that leverage general-purpose CPU chips. A minority of it, according to analysts, runs on chips optimized for AI, such as GPUs and servers designed to function in collaborative clusters to support bigger workloads, including large AI models. GPUs are better for AI since they can handle many computations at once, whereas CPUs handle fewer computations simultaneously. And this passage. Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud Platform said they are similarly working to make AI infrastructure a greater part of their overall fleets. However, Microsoft said that doesn't mean the company is necessarily moving away from the shared server, general-purpose computing, which is still valuable for companies. Other hardware providers have an opportunity to make a play here, says Lee Sustar, principal analyst at tech research and advisory firm Forrester, covering public cloud computing for the enterprise. Dell Technologies expects that high cloud costs linked to heavy use, including training models, could push some companies to consider on-premises deployments. The computer maker has a server designed for that use. End quote. Why do we care? It would be a hot take to say on-prem will make a comeback. That's not the story. The hardware play is to the data center, not to your office. AI cloud services are added to the portfolio. Sure, the cloud isn't ready, and NVIDIA will kill it by selling more GPU-enabled systems for those data center buildouts. Microsoft is correct. It's not moving away, it's expanding. Dell may be right. I question just how many organizations will be training models. This one's a good read. Do you like getting paid? Then make it easy for your customers with Gazinta Payments. Do you teach your customers not to click on links from strange domain names like mymsp.monkeypayments.com or slowbooks.com? Gazinta Payments uses your branding and domain name. No redirects, no confusion. Gazinta Mobius is trusted by over 1,000 MSPs to sync financial data. Their new product, Gazinta Payments, is built with the same care and empathy to make the payment process easy for your customers. Gazinta is a family-owned business dedicated to making software suck less every day. Go to gozynta.com/payments to learn more or get started. Today is Gruntled Workers' Day. Glass half full, people. Let's respect the workers that are not disgruntled. It's also Embrace Your Geekness Day, one I had to nod to. Thanks for listening. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. Like the content? Support the show at patreon.com/MSP Radio or buy our Why Do We Care merch at businessof.tech. If you want to reach our listeners, visit mspradio.com/engage.
Part of the MSP Radio Network.